Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul. I got a mail call today that I am super excited to share with you. So let's get into it. This is a book that was already kind of legendary when I started collecting comic books in the 80s. And I did not buy off the spinner rack because this was a book that was released before I started buying comic books, collecting comics as a young man. It's an Iron Man book. Probably the most significant Iron Man book outside of Tales of Suspense number 39, at least from the standpoint of the character and the story and the character development. I think that that's easily true. There it is. All right, what is it and why do we care? It's Iron Man number 128 from November 1979. As you can see, this is the culmination of the Demon in a Bottle storyline. This was a storyline that ran 9 issues from issue 120 to 128. This is the final issue in that story arc. It's also the one with the definitive cover. I think the most important story, the most important issue, the most important cover for Iron Man, again, other than perhaps Tales of Suspense number 39. Why is that true? Well, the story was plotted by David Michelinie and Bob Layton, and it was illustrated. The breakdowns were by John Romita Jr., and then Bob Layton did finishes and inks. And I think Bob Layton is, especially for that 70s, 80s era, he's just definitive on Iron Man for the look. So that's classic. Bob Layton had some great Iron Man covers, but this story is probably the most significant Iron Man story ever told. They won an Eagle Award for the story in 1980 for Best Comic Book Story. It still defines the character to this day. I mean, this is, before this point, alcoholism was not a defining trait for Tony Stark. After this point, it has been ever since. So, very significant. This story is the story that took Iron Man from being, a C or a B level character to being a relevant character that people wanted to read stories about. So this is similar to Frank Miller on Daredevil, for example. It made the character somebody that people cared about and that they wanted to buy the book for and wanted to keep up with, and has made them, and wanted other creators afterward to build on the stories. Has made them relevant ever since. Regarding the CGC census, there are about 1,800 universal copies in the census, about another 400 signature series, so about 2,200 total between signature series and universal. There's nothing necessarily remarkable about a 9.0. A fair market value of a 9.0 is about $200. Why I bought this book, though, and why I am actually thrilled to have it in my personal collection is right here. This is a double cover. This is a 9.0 interior cover, exterior cover 8.5, and you can see there's a spine tick here and here. I love error books. I love double cover books. I especially love double cover books for key issues. And I especially love being able to buy double cover books for the same price as a non-double cover. So I mentioned fair market value of a 9.0 for this book is $200. I paid $200 for this book as a double cover. This is now the copy in my PC. I will keep this error copy, and I already own a copy of this book. I will probably sell that copy. I'll slab it maybe first, or clean press it, depending. I haven't even pulled it out to look at it. I think I have a pretty nice raw copy of this. So I should be able to get for that book close to what I paid for this book, perhaps minus grading fees, and thereby basically upgrade to a double cover copy for free. So that's my rationale for buying this. Want to own this iconic cover in an error printing, and I think everybody should have this book in their personal collection. If they're an Iron Man fan, if they're a Marvel fan, if they're a comic book collector, it's just iconic and you should have it. So just wanted to share that with you. I hope everybody's out there enjoying these bargains that we're getting right now on comic books, especially relative to the last 2 years. And you're out there like I am, enjoying the hunt. And until next time, please take care of one another.